Yo, it's Jazzy Jazz, and I have one of the baddest, dopest sisters in the game. For real. Lady Luck in the building. I love you. I mean, you have been through some things, but you always rise to the top. And I love that about you.
Oh man.
You know how when folks say grand rising in the morning? That could
Mhm.
describe you.
Oh
For
wow.
real.
Oh wow. How inspiring. Thank you so much. How inspiring.
Well, it's so dope to have you in the Zoom building. How you doing today?
I'm doing my best. I can't complain. I won't complain. Nobody want to hear it.
Yeah, they do, because they can relate. Because they can relate. But that is so. And congratulations on being recognized by MTV's Unplugged, right? 50 years of
Wow.
hip hop,
Yeah,
along
yeah,
Jersey Edition, along with Wyclef Jean and Queen Latifah and Redman. And
yeah.
Redman put you on when you were young, right?
Yeah, it was the Def Squad. So it was Redman, it was EPMD, shout out to Eric Sermon. And yeah, they were the first ones to debut Lady Luck.
Yeah, my girl Leslie said to tell you what's up because she's related to Eric. You know,
Oh, what's up, Leslie? Appreciate you.
yeah, that is really dope. Well, let's talk about praise. You
Okay.
know, and I mean, the beat and the flow are fire.
Thank you.
The pen game is different than what we're used to getting from Lady Luck. And I am here for it because it wakes me up in the morning and it gets rid of all the negativity. It just puts me in a very dope headspace, positive, grateful for the breath in my body.
Oh wow.
And I know that that reflected your own evolution. So as a person, so how did praise come about?
I'm just in a different space as far as musically, as far as life in general. Um, at that time period in my life, I was just surrounded by a lot of darkness, and I got the opportunity to start writing R&B and pop and different things. So I was able to expand on my outlook on music because from the era that I'm in, from you write 16 bars, you need 1,000 words to fill it up. Whereas nowadays I feel like they have more freedom because of the plugins and things. And I'm just not in that space that I was in before. It took a lot for me to do meditation, and just separate from darkness. So I ran towards light and learning about frequencies, energy, vibrations. You just don't want to continue to put out the same poison. Everybody is doing the same music. You go to listen to the radio. On my way home just now from the dentist, I'm hearing about how much money people got, what they bitches doing to them. I can do this to your girl, and it's like it's the same subject matter.
And
So
how good I could suck this and do that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
No,
I
I
just wanted
mean,
to.
it's very inspirational. And you have talked about being in the darkness, like where you were just dealing, doing a lot of cocaine and drinking and weed. I could actually use some right now. It's been a stressful day. No, I'm just kidding.
Nah, I know.
But what brought you into the darkness and how did you bring yourself out of it?
Um. Wow. It's just been a long journey. Darkness comes, I guess, after Def Jam, or a little bit on there. But hanging around the wrong people, making the wrong decisions. Um, Definitely depression and lack of self-esteem, insecurities will definitely lead you the wrong way. Um, so it's just the way that everything started to happen, hanging around the wrong people, like I said, making the wrong decisions. I did gangster rap, so I thought I was a gangster, and I started doing gangster stuff, and I started to live out that lifestyle, and then yeah, it just wasn't for me. So I've been to jail. I've been through it. So I
How
don't
long were you behind the walls?
okay, now listen, come on in, baby. Baby's bringing some
Oh,
medicine. So it was a blessing because I got I got I was charged with first degree armed robbery in New Jersey at that. But it wasn't what I wanted to do. It wasn't my line of work. So I prayed and I prayed and I promised that I would never engage in that again. And at the last minute when I was in court, I had signed a plea bargain for a three flat. And at first my first plea bargain was 3 to 5. Then they took that back.
damn.
Then it was three. It was three flat. So I was supposed to do 9 to 18 months minimum. And in that sentencing, I had so many people come in and speak on my character, and I don't know, it was like a movie in there. But long story short, the judge dropped it to a 364. So I did 110 days. So it
Wow.
wasn't like I did
That's
a
still a
very
bit
long time.
though, any
Yeah, but I
days
mean, you
behind the
compare me to my other, you compare me to Kim, Fox, or Rim, that's a slap on the wrist what I had
No,
gotten. But
that's real talk.
yeah, so I'm extremely thankful for that, and I haven't done any armed robberies or anything. So it wasn't for me.
You say I can get my coin a different way. Huh?
Yeah,
I am
yeah,
not
yeah,
mad at armed robberies as long as you can get away with it, though. That's the thing,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. Nobody gets hurt.
That part, that
Yeah.
part. Yeah, but now, so after you were kind of going through this dark period, how did you pull yourself out of that?
When you hit rock bottom, you have two decisions. You stay there, let it consume you, or you bounce back. And I'm not gonna act like it was an overnight process. It was a long time. Like in 2014, I drove from New Jersey to California by myself, but I took a month and a half. I
Dang.
stopped in every major city. I was by myself, but for 45 days, I didn't argue with anybody unless I'm on the phone. But you have the choice of that. That was the beginning of my whole, spiritual journey. I've met people who are into meditation and things of that nature. So that's when it started. Hitting rock bottom in 2018, I tried to go jump off the George Washington Bridge.
Damn. But what
And
brought you to that?
um life not life in my perspective at that time not going the way that I expected it to or assumed that it should be going. Um
Mm.
No, in my shoes, I've watched a lot. I have the weirdest career I've ever seen because I'll get opportunities, then I'll watch them go through my hand like sand. And then once you think that it's over or something's not happening, then something else comes along. So
Right.
like last year, I was under the impression that they all forgot about me. This Hip Hop 50. I was upset. I'm like, damn, I couldn't even get in the gay documentary.
Nah,
But
people
then,
have
but
not forgotten about you, Lady Luck.
right, but
No
then so
way.
then it came, the 50th hip hop thing with MTV came through Unplugged. So it's just at that time in 2018, I was dealing, like I said, dealing with insecurity, self-esteem issues and things of that nature. And you have to be
Sometimes.
careful on what you tell yourself, and you got to be careful on the things you know
Real
put
talk.
in your head.
That part. No. And I think a
You know,
lot
my
of
baby
times,
crawling on the floor. She
but I
yeah.
think a lot of times when life isn't going the way you want it to or the way you think it should, you do start to feel unworthy. So what made you not jump?
So I had decided I was going to do that, and I feel like I was very ungrateful because here I am. I got a brand new truck, paper plates on it, and I'm
Mm.
driving to the George Washington Bridge. And I got out the car, I went to walk, everything, and the police stopped me. And the officer was like, "Where you going?" I said, "I'm going home." But you could tell by the way my face looked that I wasn't talking about home in New York. He said the bridge is closed, and then these trucks pulled up, the construction trucks, and they're like, "You lost?" And it was just a big scene. And I said, if anybody drove across the bridge right now, this would be embarrassing. So I said, abort mission, abort mission. But
That was
a,
the universe. That was the
yeah,
universe saying, "No, girl, it is not your time."
a piece of me did die that day, and it was like that's the part where I decided to like stop accepting darkness and run towards light and run towards healing and run towards healing others.
I love it. And you are. Praise, fam, I'm telling y'all, if you have not checked out Praise, it's streaming on all platforms. You have got to download this. It will be better than your morning coffee. Like it is like
Oh
a
wow, thank
meditation
you.
in itself. I love it. I really do. I listen to it in the morning because, it just sets the day right. You know what I'm saying? So I really congratulate you on that. But your whole life could be a movie. Like if you were going to make a movie about your life, what would the title be?
I haven't even thought about that yet, but I know that there's been some unbelievable things happening, I wouldn't even know what to highlight because it's just been some
It's so much. I mean, and you've been
yeah.
in the game since you were 16. you
Well,
know?
even before that, because my family is the Sugar Hill Gang, so I was always like a student of the game or standing behind the scenes. My mom is the one who promoted Rappers Delight, so my
Yes.
mother went
Rest
state
in
to state.
peace.
Yeah, thank you. My mom went state to state with that. So I've always been like that, but officially they knew my name. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you was freestyling on Hot 97, then you got put
Mhm.
on, and it kind of went from there, and you were battle rapping. And I think one of the things that people just F with you so much about is that you have always been one of the realest in the game. Like you're
Oh,
so authentic, and people relate to that. They relate to your story, they relate what you've been through, they relate to what you're talking about because they've been there. And so I love that you're now taking people on this positive journey to the light, like you said, you know.
thank you.
I think that's so dope. So I know you had a lot going on with your family, a lot of betrayals, which even though sometimes you can be real hard with it, it hurts. It hurts. So how did you talk to me a little bit about how you dealt with that?
Still dealing with it. Being vocal, but at the same time, like trying to remember what my mom would say or how she would, with the advice that she would give me. Um, but I don't know if she'd be prepared for the stuff that I'm going through now, you know.
Like
But I
what?
also,
Like what's going on?
um, like my mom. So we have a church called the Love of Jesus, and then they have their subsidiaries. So it's the Love of Jesus Inglewood or Patterson or whatever, Albany. My uncle was in charge of the Inglewood chapter, and you know, being a part of that church for 14 years and being a part of the other church, the Love of Jesus, your whole life. But then, my mom left my uncle's church and went to the main church. So you see all these years of tithes, you see all these years of serving, you see all of these years of making decorations on the plate and performing for the church and all of that. And when my mom passed, none of them showed up. None
Oh,
of them sent a card, not a flower, not a,
oh God.
I didn't notice it. It's nothing. Like it didn't happen.
Oh,
My uncle, who was the pastor of the Inglewood Church, someone told him I didn't want him to speak because normally he speaks at every funeral.
yeah.
Um, and so he didn't show up. My aunt ain't show up. They two
I'm
sons ain't show up.
so sorry you went through that. I mean, and that's at a moment when you really need the family to be, putting their arms around you and saying, "I got you. I
Yeah,
got you." And
I have other
honoring
family that showed up, but I have family who didn't, and I spoke to my cousin about it, me and him, because I was on a rampage. I was going on these interviews and things of that nature because I feel like my mom is such a huge force. Like you
yeah.
don't really treat her or me like that. But one of my cousins, shout out to Leland Robinson, we sat down and I respect him for that because he wanted to fix it. And we had a heart to heart. And to be honest, out of everybody, I didn't expect Leland to do that, you know.
Yeah.
So but you just you
But what's so dope, I think, is you talk about it. You talk a lot about I guess it's your cousin, Leah, who you
mhm.
had invested a lot in and was really had her back and was really putting her on. And then she just turned around and betrayed you. So
Yeah.
where are you
Uh
now?
well, it's funny because that's Leland's daughter. It's just separating it all. That's another person who didn't show up, who didn't text, I can't come, nothing. And you looking, my
Mm.
mother's Cash App, and she just sent her money for her birthday, you
Oh
know.
my God.
Um,
Yo, what is wrong with people?
it's crazy because like some people ain't show up because of how they feel about me. Or, somebody would tell me, oh, come on, she was in LA, Leah was in LA. I don't, you could service on all the major continents. You could have text me and like, yo, I can't make it, but you know what I mean? Because there's people who is like that. But then somebody will tell you nobody owes you nothing,
Yeah.
and I don't agree with that. Like it's certain people, like I felt like Nicki Minaj ain't owe me nothing. So if I get a verse, I don't get a verse, I appreciate the love.
Right.
Other people who I've poured into and other people who I've supported and other people who I've been there for, like, nah, you owe me. You
Yeah.
do. You
That's
do.
that's facts. That's
Yeah.
facts.
So
But you know,
So
there's so many. What's crazy is how much people can, how many haters there are, right? Like Soldier Boy says, I don't know why they're hating on me, right? But they just do. The best revenge is just winning, is just
yeah,
success. But it hurts. It
yeah.
hurts.
You
There's
you
no
you
about a
deal with
doubt.
it. You send out your text messages, your group message with everybody, and then you move on. And that's one of the things that I guess I feel like I've been doing my whole life. Is just I can't stop. I gotta keep moving. Like I don't want to do music. I lost my song last year. I love my mother more than life itself.
Yeah.
And it's rough. It's rough. But in order for me to fulfill her legacy and for everybody to know my mom's name, and they have to care about me. In order for them to care about me, I gotta go hard in doing everything I'm doing. So it's I use her for the inspiration and the motivation to do this.
And she's always with you. My daughter was killed 3 years ago, so I know.
Sorry. So sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, no. And so I just know that hole in your heart, but I just feel like she's always with me. She's my angel. She's looking down on me. You know what I'm saying? And you started a nonprofit for you in your mom's name, right?
Well, my mom started it. My mom has free ministry. That's a prayer line. That's we host every Saturday, 10 a.m. Standard Eastern Time. Um, I haven't let it go because it was her baby and she's had it for over 10
Oh,
years
that is
now.
so beautiful.
Some days when I do believe or don't believe in the message anymore, I still have to show up.
You're on and
There's so
honor.
many people who need the line. It's been times where I've wanted to clip it, and there's
Yeah.
people that are like, nah, they look forward to it, they need it. So again, I'm here for the people.
Well, that's what's up. And you're a multi-hyphenate. You got some money moves that you're making. So I want to hear about all your business ventures. I know you got some healthy juice that you're putting out there. You
Yeah,
got
so
some
we
dope.
we, we
Tell us
revamp
about that.
and so Lucky Punch. We have a company under there named Pure V. Last year we was working on the recipe, and then last year I didn't get a chance to do much. So right now, we have a recipe we're working on for fibroids. Um,
Oh, that's what's up. That is
yeah,
for so many sisters, for real though.
yeah. So we're working on the recipe for fibroids, all kind of multivitamins that your body actually needs. We got Lucky Crowns, and the crowns is dope. We have new ones inspired by Gucci, Louis. So we got the Louis print, the Gucci print, different colors, Lucky Crowns with the eye. We got Sunday wear. I'm normally wearing a pair of glasses, but I didn't. Sunday wear, Sunday spelled with an I as well. And we have all different type of dope flavors and things on that nature on there. We got Dolly B, who's my artist. We got her song Valid dropping.
Okay
Uh,
now.
yeah,
Producer. And
it's
wait,
just
and on top of that, well, by the way, Sunday shades are fire.
thank
Those
you.
are fire. Those are fire. And the crowns you've made for all kinds of folks like Slick Rick.
Yeah, Slick Rick, Wendy Williams, Fetty Wap, a bunch of different housewives. I made some for some celebrities that they ain't posted. So I was like, so what you tell me you want a crown for? I just wanted a shout out.
Yeah,
But
right?
yeah, but we did a whole campaign with Slick Rick. We did a Puma ad with him and also
That's
Supreme.
fire. That's
Thank you.
dope. That's really dope. I want my crown. I'm a
All right,
queen.
we got you. We got
I'm
you
gonna go on the
definitely.
web. So where can people find all of this? Is it a website or
Yeah, luckycrowns.com. Lucky with an I, Lucky crowns.com. Sunday wear, Sundai wear.com. Lucky Punch, y'all gotta give me a minute. Let me finish. That's Lucky with an I as well. But let me finish getting
the
this recipe
recipe together?
together. Yeah.
Now I'm
And
definitely
then
gonna
we
get
can
my
get that.
crown. I think that's gonna be fire. Yeah,
Thank you.
and you're doing some independent film and television. Didn't you win an Emmy for Lizzo?
Well, yeah, yeah, girl, you got your list. Yeah, with Emmy, with Lizzo, we were doing music placement, still doing music placement. It's just not my passion. So
Yeah.
I came, I saw, I conquered.
I
We got
love
a
it.
lot
You
of great,
said I conquered that.
yeah, we got a lot of great music on TV. People got record deals. We ran it up with the Housewives. And yeah, Lizzo had the show Watch Out for the Big Girls last year, won People's Choice Awards, won an Emmy Award. We got a show out right now called Never Say Never on Nat Geo. But right now, with everything I'm doing, it's like the music placement is really dope, but it's not where my heart is.
Yeah. So where is your heart? What's your passion?
Right now is fighting for our legacy and fighting for me, my sister, my nephews, my baby, my fiance, just fighting for our legacy.
I
You know
love
what I
that.
mean? Like I want to farm. I want a bunch of different things. And before I just wanted to rap and just be the dopest, but now it's like I gotta stake my claim.
Well, you conquered that. You did. You did. One of the baddest battle rappers out here for real and one of the realest. So,
Thank you, thank
yeah,
you.
we love you. Well, thank you so much, Lady
I
Luck.
appreciate you. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your patience. Again, Amber would have kicked my butt if I missed this, so I really appreciate it.
Shout out to Amber. No, it really is. I'm a big fan and I really appreciate you spending this time with me. Lady Luck, y'all make sure you download Praise, stream it on all platforms. I promise you, it is soul food, it is spiritual food. It's amazing. But like I said, the beat and the flow are fire too.
I
Love you,
appreciate
girl.
you.
Mwah.
Thank you. And I'll see
Thank
y'all
you.
soon. God bless.